Before we begin, I want to talk about an app that I am enjoying for a while. This is the Rick and Morty Amino app. You can do a lot of things on this app, and it includes joining community chat groups, taking part in quizzes, posting blogs about Rick and Morty theories or stories. You can see the many fan arts made by multiple Rick and Morty lovers like you and I. You want to chat about Rick and Morty with me or anybody else? Go ahead. It's a chill and fun dimension where everyone is a Rick and Morty fan. If you want to download this app, the links are in the description down below, and it's all free, so you can enjoy all things Rick and Morty in the comfort of your hands. And lastly, this is a paid promotion from Amino, and for me, I usually turn down products that don't fit me, but this one is something to look forward to, so get your plumbus and let's connect with the Rick and Morty Amino app. Before we begin, I want to say that I had a hard time naming this episode of Thing Theory because it can go many ways. Infinite realities, infinite possibilities, infinite this, infinite that. Either way, it's all infinite. But in this episode, I do not talk about the infinite possibilities in general. I ask one question that can tie into this theory, and probably will do many parts to this. Just wanted to clarify this before someone accuses me of making clickbait. What one seems to remember for Rick and Morty is that there are infinite dimensions with infinite possibilities, like a universe where Hitler cured cancer. But to Rick's followed up line to that was, don't think about it. But clearly I am some YouTuber always questioning and thinking about shows that probably don't even need deciphering. So with that being said, I have an important question. If this infinite reality thing exists, then was there really a reality where other Ricks were captured to the Federation and gave the formula? If we follow that line of infinite possibilities, there is a possibility that there were some Ricks who were captured and ended up submitting to the Federation. But it's not that easy to just say that. So we're gonna go talk about the theory of probability. Probability is the likelihood of an outcome, the probability of me getting a girlfriend or the probability of me reaching 100,000 subscribers. Those are some examples. But with probability, there are also ways on how we measure them. You see, the probability between me getting a girlfriend and reaching 100,000 subscribers are measured differently. Getting a girlfriend depends if I actually go out, look good, talk to an actual girl, and so on. Getting to 100,000 subscribers depends on how frequent I upload, my personality, whether I have enough clickbait, things like that. So that's where I will tie this probability method to Rick and Morty. The likelihood of Rick actually submitting to the Federation is really low. Not to mention even being captured by the Federation is extremely low. Here's why. Ricks are known to be hidden from radars as seen in Close Encounters of the Rick kind, through their brainwaves interlining with Morty's brainwaves. Basically saying that highly intelligent brainwaves can hide a person with a not so intelligent brainwave. So let's pull some numbers in a scenario. The probability of Rick being captured will be simulated into a 10-sided die. If the die rolls into a 6, Rick is captured. So making this even simpler than a die, for every 10 Ricks, 1 is captured. So out of infinite Ricks who are still alive, maybe less than 10% or even less of Ricks are captured, meaning that the probability of Rick being captured based on this scenario is extremely low. And if you think I'm just making a prediction, I'd say it's an educated guess. We have most Ricks within the Citadel of Ricks who are either council members, soldiers, guards, or even part of the Citadel. I also mentioned that they are hidden through the brainwaves of Morty's. And then we also cut to the Ricks who actually rebelled against the Federation to begin with. Long story short, Ricks are not open to the Federation that easily, which makes the probability meter very low. Now I have a hard time explaining things as seen from my comments section, so let's just recap what I said as short as possible. The probability of Rick being captured by the Federation is very low due to Ricks being intelligent beings that allow them to be hidden and not foreseen by most people. Hopefully you guys are now on the same page as me because we have to keep going. Now that we measured the probability for Ricks being captured, we will now measure the probability of Ricks giving up the portal gun formula. This one is a special one because it won't be all theory based. So the probability of Rick actually submitting to the Federation could be, or even should be, 0. Yes, with that statement, infinite possibilities, at least one would play out the probability of the Federation getting their hands on the formula. Before we get into this, I'm going to warn you that I will be making predictions on what would have happened. So let's say that Rick gave the formula to the Federation. It is no doubt that the Federation would have already used it to go to all dimensions and conquer it as well. But once once they had the formula, surely the Federation from that timeline where Rick submitted would have conquered our dimension by now, right? The answer is no, and it's quite the obvious answer. So this is why I'm saying that the Federation have not gotten the formula by any means. They probably killed Rick, but Ricks are sneaky and devious bastards that will do anything to save themselves, even making a fake origin story where Beth and his wife died. And this is where the probability is 0 because this applies to all Ricks who are captured. Again, not many Ricks are captured, so this lowers the probability even lower. And even though an outcome is supposed to happen no matter what, I am basing this on the actual show and say that the Federation has failed in every timeline. To even support this, the Citadel of Ricks keeps track of Ricks, and since captured Ricks won't be with their Mortys, they wouldn't be hidden. So any Ricks who were captured would have been either saved or killed by the Citadel of Ricks, or even not captured at all. We've even seen this in Season 3 Episode 1. If there was a Rick captured as well, surely they would have mentioned it, but they didn't. So this leaves me to this conclusion. When we talk about the probability of Ricks being captured by the Federation, I said it was extremely low, and then if they were captured, the formula being handed to the Federation would have been way lower than extremely low. Kind of like my grades in college right now. But with infinite possibilities, we see that the probability of outcomes happening should at least occur once, right? So then what if the probability of Rick being captured was the only time this outcome occurred? And hence, since Rick is always certain about his actions, surely the second outcome of him giving up the formula wouldn't have occurred. Because remember when I said Ricks are hard to find and are not easily captured, well, the only reason our Rick was captured was because of his love for his family. And that's where we can be sure that Rick being captured by the Federation only occurred once in the infinite timeline possibility, and the Federation failed to capture the formula because they are a bunch of cucks. Holy crap, that was a lot to spew. If you guys are lost and need some clarity, just comment down below your questions and I'll be glad to explain it to you as easy and understanding as possible. I know it was all over the place and I do apologize for that. If you guys also have counters to this theory and or concerns for this theory, again, comment section is my home and I'll gladly take you in. Except if you were a fucking, fuck you fuckheads. If you guys also feel like I didn't make this theory by myself at 12 AM on a Sunday night, I'll be glad to give proof, and besides, all sources used for this theory is in the description down below. Thanks for watching guys, I honestly loved making this theory because I think this is the longest theory yet, next to the evil Morty is the key theory. I also might have been way off with the probability, but at least I tried, right? Can I get a cookie for trying? I mean, Jeff Horn was handed a win and a title for trying in a boxing match, so why can't I get a cookie for trying? Anyways, if you guys don't mind, I have a Twitter account you guys can follow, and big shout out to David King Boo who gave me my first ever fan art. Much love to you and much love to all of you guys. You've been a lovely audience. My name is Jay, and I'll see you guys